Hello everyone, and welcome back to KINLAIG. This is the multiplayer co-op adventure with Nordic farming, and we have reached episode number 2. It is September, the sun has broke after a little bit of rain overnight, and Nordic and I have been staying in this caravan. It has been a bit of a rough sleep tonight. It is a little bit run down, but it was the only place that Nordic's cousins had for us to stay in, so yeah, we will have to bear another night in here, I'm sure, unless we can come up with some other plan. But speaking of plans, Nordic and I have got some jobs on the list that we need to do today, starting with dealing with the straw that we have got in 2 of the fields after harvesting the grain, which is now in the bulk shed, or bulk material shed. We of course had the wheat and the barley, which we harvested from the 2 fields. So yeah, that is nicely harvested, and straw was the byproduct, and yeah, we need to clear that from the field before we get ready to drill and plant some new crops. So we're going to hop in the Unimog first of all this morning. I think what I'll do is I will open the gate. I can see in the fields before me that we've got some weeds that have sprouted. So yeah, we will be using the forage wagon in some weedy fields, but that is unavoidable. Nordic is hopping in with us as yeah, it's not really a 2-man job, but Nordic is going to be keeping us company in the cab. So we'll head on round. Oh, let's say good morning to Nordic's cousin. He does keep a watchful eye on us because, yeah, I guess he wants to make sure that we're doing things properly. Let's spin round and we'll grab the forage wagon. And the plan is we're going to take the straw down the road to, I think it's the grain and feed store, where they do purchase straw. Let's hitch up. Right, there we go. We are hitched up, so we can head over to the field. And we've got 2 fields to do, as mentioned, so I'll start with the first one. Oh, I think we've got a pallet of wool there next to the sheep and lambs, so that is very nice indeed. And once we've cleared the straw, we are going to have to lime. The fields do need some lime, as we inspected on the map last time. And then we'll need to cultivate to get the fields prepared. There are actually 3 fields, 2 which we harvested, and 1 that we haven't actually seen yet, which is near the field over yonder, behind the hedges somewhere. Right, we want to switch on the forage wagon, lower the pickup, and yeah, we're going to do this field, which is the one Nordic harvested last time, and then we will switch places with Nordic, and he will do the next field. So we'll get this field nicely cleared of straw and see you when we're done. Oh sh! There's a wall there. Whoopsie. Noticing a bit of juddering there on the Mog. It's pulling a heavy load. Just turned into the feed and grain sell points where we've been selling our straw. And I just need to pull past the grate here so we can set to unloading. And yeah, this is the third load. So let's get that unloaded. I think we've been getting just under 3,000 per load, and this is probably going to be a little bit shyer than 3,000, maybe 2,400? 2,583. So that is pretty good going for those 3 loads. And yeah, we've cleared up that first field, so we're going to be swapping with Nordic. He's going to do the straw collecting for the next field. Oh, I think I've just seen the train going under the bridge. That's very interesting. I did not know there was a train going through here, so I have to look out for that. I do enjoy seeing a nice train going past. It's one of my interests, seeing a good old train going by. Now, what's been nice is driving to and from the sell point for the straw. We have been driving through a little village. Oh, there's some nice old cottage remains there. Do absolutely love this area. It has some fantastic character about it. But yes, here is the little village. I can't remember, is it Spruce Bridge? Yes, Spruce Bridge, there we go. And it's a 20-mile-an-hour speed limit through here. I have been having the beacons on, and there's a lovely stone bridge with a river or stream that we've been crossing. There we go. Yeah, I did get overtaken by one of the motors through this village, and I was going the speed limit, so they must have been speeding. But yeah, it's nice to see a little village nearby. Hopefully it's got a nice little convenience shop and things for Nordic cousin to do some shopping, and maybe we'll need to pick up some supplies. Right, I don't think we actually need to turn that way. I will carry on down this road, and we will drive to the next field for Nordic to do the straw collecting. Now, this field on the right here is the field that we haven't touched yet, but is one of, well, one of Nordic's cousins' fields that they own. And I think just here on the right is the next field. So let's pull in here, and then we will trade places with Nordic. There we go. Right, we will hop out, and yeah, over to you, Nordic. It's good old fun driving the Unimog. Enjoy. I will have a little rest, maybe get my tea out of my flask and have a little sip of it. But there we go, another field to straw collect, and then we can move on to liming and then cultivating. Now, one thing that has been a little bit tricky is the swath is quite wide, so it's right on the limit of the pickup gap or pickup width of this forage wagon. So I have had to be quite careful. I did miss a couple of spots, but nonetheless, we will crack on. Nordic will do this stint, and we'll get this field all cleared of straw. Oh, there's a post there, mate. Alright, that's the last of it in. 1700 for the last partial load. It's been a pretty good earner, this straw. Right, we're going to double back to the farm, ditch the forage wagon, which is looking a little bit dirty now. And we'll be grabbing the spreader, as we need to get lime in the 3 fields. The 2 that we harvested last time, and then the 3rd being the field we have not touched yet. So that's field 20, 22 and 23. And once we're done liming, it'll be on to cultivating. And then the plan is, one of the fields, I think the one that's closest to the farm and opposite the Highland cow pen, we are going to be putting onions in, as that is the latest and newest crop available to us in the Highlands. So we will be definitely exploring that. And you might notice that it is September, and you normally wouldn't be able to plant onions until early in the calendar year. However, Nordic and I have switched seasons off so we can crack on and give onions a good go. So just thought I would mention that. But yeah, let's drop off the forage wagon and we can grab the lime spreader. Forage wagon dropped off, and I gotta say that Pottinger forage wagon is very good for the size and the compactness of it. It does have a very decent quantity. Right, the spreader is in the back shed down here. Nordic is spinning round to grab it. There we go. First time using this brand of spreader, so it'll be interesting to see how it performs. Right, Nordic is starting with the first field closest to the farm. This is where the onions are going to get planted. So, we'll get this all limed up and the other 2 fields, and we'll see you when we're done. Holding up. And that is the liming done on all 3 fields. Nordic took the first and the first half of that field over there, which is freshly ploughed, awaiting a crop to go in. And then we did the second half and this field here, which, yeah, took 2 and a bit loads to cover, but yeah, glad we have got it done. We can turn right here as we can take the little shortcut track back to our farm and go past the Highland cows. And oddly, I did think I saw some Highland cows doing some jumping across the field. They looked very excited, which was interesting to see. But for now, we can get the spreader parked back in the big shed, and we will... Oh, look, there you go. See, look, that's what I meant by Highland cows jumping. They do little jumping around. Very interesting. They look like puppies almost. How interesting. But yes, I think they're enjoying the meadow. But it has reminded Nordic and I that we need to get the grass that we put in the bunker compacted and covered over so we can make some silage to feed them, as that will really improve their health and their production volume, i.e. they'll make better meat. But we can get the spreader parked away, and it's going to be on to cultivating next. And then, as mentioned, Nordic's cousins are interested in doing onions for the first time. So I believe down at the dealership they have leased a onion planter, which is going to enable us to put onions in. And that is despite it being the month of September, because Nordic and I have turned off seasons so we can plant or drill any crop at any time of the month. Alright, there we go. Spreader dropped off. That is pretty handy. And I think what we're going to do is grab the cultivator. We'll just have to check that the Unimog can pull the cultivator. So what we can do is we can back into the shed here. I think the Mog can pull the cultivator, but what we should do is grab a front weight, which is just in this corner of the shed here. There we go. I have a weight for the front to counterbalance. And we can pull back to grab this cultivator, which is a Horsch, I want to say. Yep, there we go. The Horsch Finer 6SL, I think that was. We can fold it up so we can actually exit the shed. It's one of those cultivators that it won't actually detach from the tractor without being folded down. It would be handy if you could fold it in this upright position, pardon me. But yeah, I guess there's no wheels on the bottom when it's folded up, so that's why you have to unfold it. So I think we're going to concentrate on this nearest field based on the time that Nordic and I have got left today. So we're going to get this cultivated, and then we are going to go and pick up a onion planter and put the onions in, which will be quite exciting. Right, let's unfold here. Right, we should be able to lower away and get this field cultivated. I think I've missed a little stretch to the right hand side. But wow, this Mog is pulling the cultivator quite quickly. Hopefully this will be a speedy job. There we go. Nordic has finished up the cultivating. We did half and half or thereabouts. It's always hard to judge when the field is not fully square. But the Unimog did a fantastic job. It was still a little bit rear heavy. Could see the front wheels of the Mog lifting up when we were sort of pulling away. But that's not too much of a issue. Right, Nordic is going to drop off the cultivator, drop off the front weight, and then we're down to the dealership to go and grab an onion planter. And I think it's all loaded up on a trailer for us, so we can successfully pick it up. Okay, I think Nordic just forgot to drop off the front weight. We will need the front 3-point attachment clear so we can pick up a blade for compacting the silage bunker. Right, let's head on down to the dealership and pick up the onion planter that Nordic's Scottish cousin has rented. Oh, I think we're following Postman Pat down to the town of KINLAIG. He's obviously got some letters to deliver. Right, turn into the dealership. Here we are. The Kilted Piston. It's quite a appropriate name for a Scottish motor dealership. Right, Nordic and I said we were going to get a blade for the bunker, so we're going to get this leveler, the Holaris MES 400, 4 meters wide, and yes, a 3-point linkage version, so 6,800. Right, Nordic, it's all round the back, so we should be able to pick up the equipment. Ah, there is the blade, and oh, I can see the trailer with what looks to be seed on, and that must be the potato planter on the low loader there. Right, we'll get the blade on the front 3-point attacher. There we go, nicely done, and I will help you back up, Nordic. Right, yep, left a bit, that's it. There we go, hitched up perfectly. Right, we can head on back, can't we? And get on with the onion planting. Tell you what, this Unimog has been an absolutely fantastic workhorse today. Tackled every single job that we've thrown at it. But we have used quite a bit of fuel. Alright, we've made it. Ramps down. I think Nordic is going to detach everything. I will go and unstrap all of the straps. There we go. I think that is the planter unstrapped. So I'll unstrap these two seed bags. I think we'll use a fair few of them, but probably not all of them. Right, is Nordic grabbing a different tractor? Maybe we need a higher horsepower tractor? Oh no, I think he's dropping off the leveler. Cool, here he comes, hurtling round the corner. He has grabbed the front weight as well. Good stuff, Nordic. Good thinking. Right, we'll help you hitch up to it. Oh, it's lovely seeing the Highland cows here. Right, yeah. There we go. Looking good. Back a bit more. Lovely stuff. Right. We can roll the onion planter off. We'll come and hop in the cab with you, Nordic. There we go. Lovely stuff. Right. I think this planter is about 4.5 meters wide from recollection. It is a specific planter for onions. There's only one of its kind, and it only plants onions, so yeah, it's a pretty specific piece of kit that we've had to lease to get onions in the ground. Nordic is unfolding. It looks like it has got the arms for marking, or marking arms for showing where you have been and where you need to line up your next row, but it should be pretty clear to us from the texture change on the ground as to where we have and haven't been. I say that, but yeah, it doesn't look very clear, to be honest. So maybe we will have to use the ridge markers. Right, but Nordic's going to take the first half. I will take the second. And we'll see you when we're all nicely planted with our onions. raising up, turning off, and that was a very long job. Much longer than Nordic and I had anticipated. Obviously the smaller working width of this onion planter, I think 4.5 meters, did mean that it took a long time to get the onions in that relatively small field. So yeah, Nordic and I had hoped to get the other fields cultivated and drilled or planted today, but unfortunately that has not been possible. So yeah, we are just having to leave it there. We'll have to cultivate and drill the other fields next time. Has been a bit of a busy day, and the planter needs to go back to the dealership. So we are just going to leave it there, I think. And yeah, we will drop it back later on. But yeah, it has been a very busy day indeed. We've been in the MOG pretty much the entirety of the day, so has been interesting. And yeah, next time we're gonna have to carry on by doing some more of the cultivating and the drilling of the other 2 fields. And I think I overheard Nordic's Scottish cousin, talk about cracking on with some fish farming. So I think that is something that we're going to be having to help out with next time. But that is it for today. Hope you have enjoyed watching. If you have, remember to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you've got any tips, tricks, or things you'd like us to do, then feel free to leave a comment. And as always, check out Nordic's channel for his perspective of today's session. All there's left to say is I hope to see you again next time on KINLAIG. And until then, catch you later. Cheers all. Bye bye.